Chechnya tonight.
There is a town called Diklo where we would like to go. In Diklo you can raw dog, just find the man with the girthy log.
It all started the night before with a few too many glasses of Georgian wine at a tiny winery in Tel Aviv. Okay, so this is Hannah. And we randomly just walked into a wine tasting. And this is the first wine. What is it? Amber orange. We ended up at a bar for a nightcap, and the bartender convinced our drunk, naive, spontaneous souls that we needed to go to Tusheti for hiking. For geographical reference, Tusheti is a mountainous region of Georgia bordered by the Russian republics of Chechnya and Dagestan to the north and east. Getting there on its own is a potentially perilous task. It made it into BBC's series The World's Most Dangerous Roads because many people have died traversing it over the years. So the next morning, we found ourselves in a hungover daze chartering a 4x4 to take us on the road to Tusheti. All right, where are we going?
Tusheti.
Hopefully. The world's most dangerous road. But we got the cool guy to help us out, so it's gonna be okay. So how was the actual road? I don't think we've ever been that nervous about something before. Soon into the 72-kilometer road, we encountered potholes and mud puddles. If you looked to your right, you had a sheer cliff drop without any guardrails. In front of you, you would sometimes come across big boulders that had fallen from up above. Fabio was somehow sleeping through all of it. Nerves only became worse when we came across many roadside memorials of the people who had perished on the road. As if things weren't frightening enough, the fog started drifting in, increasing our chances of death. We finally made it to the Abano Pass.
Our favorite toilet.
Oh my god. Toilet with the best view in the world, probably. A 2,850-meter high bathroom awaited us and this woman who happened to run a cafe.
So cute.
And once we got back into the car, something just clicked, something changed. Suddenly, the fear just vanished. We had made it over the scariest parts of the road, and now we could just enjoy the sights that were appearing in front of us. Our driver, Timo, had clearly done this many times before, and we began to trust him fully. After 4 to 5 hours, we finally made it to Omalo.
It's so cute. Is it the oral phase?
Yeah. Is there an anal phase too?
Yeah, there's an anal phase.
We made it to Omalo. It's a bit of a scary drive, but only the halfway point. Once we got over the pass, it was good. But it's really cute here and picturesque. The drive took all the energy out of us, but fortunately a homemade dinner was waiting for us, and we called it a night. Our little guest room with our 3 little beds. I feel like what is it? The 3 little pigs? No. The bears. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Somehow. Yes. The next morning we were drinking coffee at our guest house, Old Omalo, to get started on our hike when we commented on another guest tomato. It's not a euphemism. The guy gave us some cheese and vegetables, which helped fuel us up for the day that was ahead. I think I live for these random acts of kindness that you experience on travels. Nice. All right, so let's begin our hike to Dartlo. We have the Pokemon Master back there.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. All right, so it should be about a how many hour hike?
4.
4-hour hike. Okay, so what are some interesting facts about Tusheti?
Guests are holy almost, no?
If you walk through a Tushetian's door, they're gonna take care of you. Unless you go against their rules, which are, don't bring pork into Tusheti. That might have stemmed from some Muslim tribes, but we're not exactly sure. So yeah, you can't find pork up in the upper Tushetian valleys. What else? You're not supposed to ride a horse through the villages.
Because otherwise you may be perceived as an enemy.
Yes. Back in the day, there was lots of people coming in and pillaging and attacking, and it's kind of associated when you ride a horse through the village with that. have to disembark. Oh my god, I'm so tired. We've come across the first of the Tusheti Towers. Between the different villages when there's an attack.
A bit like the great Chinese wall.
Yeah.
I bet they were lighting a fire so they could see from tower to tower, something like that.
Yeah, true. These types of towers are quite ubiquitous all over the Georgian Caucasus and also in like the Russian part of the Caucasus as well. But they look quite different. I think they're like different stone in the western part of the country as well. So we kept walking through the untouched nature of Tusheti towards the village of Dartlo, but we couldn't help but laugh at the names of the other villages.
There is a village called Diklo, another village called Caucasus.
Okay, I would like to introduce to you this wonderful music group, and we have created a song about the village of Diklo. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There is a town called Diklo where we would like to go. In Diklo you could raw dog, just find the man with a girthy log. We are super close to the Chechnyan and Dagestani border.
Where do we go? Chechnya or Dagestan?
Where do you want to go? Chechnya.
I want to go to Chechnya.
Chechnya is the most homophobic like oblast in Russia basically, and Russia's very homophobic as it is, so we'll try to avoid crossing over that border. Tushetians are traditionally shepherds, and they export a lot of their wool and cheese to Europe and Russia, allegedly. What other bullshit can I talk about?
Yeah, and you were saying that they don't live here in the winter, right? Most of them probably all leave this area and go down here because it's really hard to live here in winter.
Yeah, they go down to the lowlands, except for the doctor who lives allegedly again, in the highest village in Europe. There's this man who moved back to the village. He's in his 80s now, and he's the only doctor for the whole region, which is about 1,000 square kilometers. So in the winter time, he has to actually go by foot because the snow is too deep. And in the summer, he can go by horse to his patients. And he's basically the medical badass of the Tushetian region, but he's there. At last, during a downpour, we rolled into Dartlo, one of the most enchanting villages in all of Georgia. It dates back to the 17th century and features these transfixing wooden houses and reconstructed stone clan towers.
Lovely.
Our phone service had long gone by this point, and it was nearly impossible to track down Wi-Fi. Okay, we're taking the most backward ass way to this guest house. But at last, we found our guest house on the edge of town. Our refuge for the night. It was time to relax. Or so we thought.
We might get trafficked over the border of Chechnya tonight. So, how was our night in Dartlo, guys?
Challenging.
Wasn't the easiest.
Did you sleep well?
Probably around midnight we did, but the reason why we were staying at the really nice guest house. The lady was super friendly.
The host.
Yes, and then all of a sudden, one man showed up, and then his like compadre, what do you call that? Like
Gang.
his gang showed up, and they were quite scary. We honestly came up with the impression that we were going to be like shipped off to Chechnya.
Yeah, so we decided to go to sleep very early.
8:30. Yeah.
Yeah,
But we couldn't sleep because they were noisy, they were playing
Yeah.
music.
they were outside our window planning our kidnapping. No, it didn't happen. But
But
Rough
yeah,
night.
we survived.
Yeah.
And the host made up for everything,
That's
right?
true.
She
Yeah.
gave us a snack for the hike today.
and now we have Dartlo in its full sunshine glory. So let's go explore. Okay, so we're hiking up to this village that we saw from Dartlo. It looked easier. It's for sure not. We have to hike all the way back to Omalo, and we just did this hike this morning. So it's been a bit tough, but Hannah's killing it. We made it! But the village seemed almost deserted. Apparently there's no women allowed in this town, according to this sign. Hannah, just disguise yourself. Okay, so it turned out women were banned from the entire village. However, women aren't allowed near certain sacred shrines called khati. This tradition dates back to ancient beliefs, where some rituals and spaces are kept for men only. Locals see it as a way to protect their unique cultural heritage, and while women are active in Tusheti village life on a daily basis, these sites remain off limits as part of their tradition. And back down to Dartlo we go for a quick pit stop. Alright, so we're fueling up back in Dartlo. Women are allowed in this town. And we're headed back to Omalo today, either hiking or probably hiking part of the way and hitchhiking the rest of the way. Let's hope. We have to do it for free though because we don't have a lot of cash. Leaving Dartlo, we were forever grateful that we hadn't been trafficked over the Chechen border, and we're happily heading back to Omalo for one more night at our cozy Goldilocks and the Three Bears guest house. As it was a stunning day, we ended up not hitchhiking in the end and walked back the entire way. Is it Spartak? Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many. Okay, we made it. Back in Omalo. The next morning, we were back on the world's most dangerous road, but with a new sense of satisfaction and inner peace. The journey was far less terrifying since we knew what to expect. And we had Timo again as our trusty driver. This is our fearless driver, Timo. Took us back to Talabi from Tusheti in 3 hours. Yeah. World record. He's amazing. The best. Madloba. Yeah. Thank you. The whole journey reminded us of the cliche about pushing past your comfort zone. Sometimes the very things we fear lead us to endless green pastures, charming villages, and breathtaking beauty. You just gotta do it. And sometimes all you need is just too much wine to lead you to do the unthinkable. And from there we head west to other parts of Georgia. If you like this, please comment, subscribe, and thank you for joining Madloba.
There is a town called Dartlo where we would like to go. In Dartlo you can raw dog. Just find the woman with the swampy bog.